That was when I started to not feel amazing. Like I was getting some sort of a cold or sinus or whatever that black plague was that we got for the ride home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically we left there for a 9 o'clock train, got back to Delhi late, whatever time that would have been. It was a 3-hour train.
Yeah.
And then, and then we just had...
and then Holley and I started falling apart. Me, really, more
was-
than Holley at the beginning, right?
No.
I'm not even aware of what was happening, actually, so...
Yeah, so Raj had this terrible fever.
This is the end now. This is like
Yeah.
the last three. We have 3 nights in Delhi. And
This is
then
final
we're home.
countdown.
Yeah. And so we were going to, we got this really kind of funky homestay place, not far from the first place we stayed when we were in Delhi when we landed. And there was no windows in this room. So
which was
that
weird.
like time and space was like being in an alternate reality.
Yeah.
You started feeling really sick that first night. And I woke up in the morning and I didn't feel great, but Raj had this fever and chills and was coughing and actually stayed in the room while Pam and I tried to find a pharmacist. Which pharmacies in India are an interesting experience.
I told them what I was looking for, and
We went to a couple different pharmacies.
It was all done through photos back and
Yeah.
forth of what we wanted. Yeah, but it was a cool spot to be because I thought maybe we picked the location because there was like supposed to be a market nearby and things you can just kind of wander in the alleyways and
Yeah.
explore for the last couple of days.
And it was really close to the train station, so we
Yeah,
just walked
walked.
from the train station to the...
Marge was pretty sick that first day, but we did manage to get out a little bit. Find some interesting food. Our first butter chicken experience.
Yeah. Which was interesting too because there was no kitchen in the restaurant. They kept, like, we placed our order and then he left
so
and went and got stuff, which was really, really weird. And
I don't know where he was bringing her from.
yeah.
Tea came back with like tinfoil on it because he must have brought it from the tea shop that was 2 doors down or whatever was happening.
that was not the first day there.
That was
the-
that was you picked the yeah.
Oh,
we
I
got
was
really
functional
late.
enough to get there that day? Oh, okay.
We had to get you to eat something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was
Like,
the
with
next
some
day
banana
that
and
that
stuff that got
happened.
from the pharmacy. Got him to leave the place. When we left the place, he take the power key with us. He said, "No, just take it." I'm like, "You're gonna have no air. Like, there's gonna be nothing." To the point where I think there is actually kind of like I don't know how they knew, but when we walked back in, he's like, "They're like, there's somebody still in your room." I'm like, "I know." They're like, "How the hell did you live in that darkness for like hours?"
Dark,
God.
no windows, no air
Stuffy.
circulation.
Oh, gross.
It was like, it felt like death when we walked in.
And that was we need to get him out of this
was
dungeon.
me.
Let's get him out.
Death oozing out of
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Thank God that Pam was with us because if I was left to deal with you on your own devices, I would have been like, it's been a good run, Raj.
I think that's how I felt.
Oh man, yeah. But
yeah.
we went through the market a little bit, saw some shops.
Yeah, we kind of wandered around and did a little shopping and then went for the bite to eat and
So realistically, my advice is that if you have that same experience, then maybe actually go and get some like professional medical assistance. I mean, if you're getting a fever in somewhere like India, then you should probably be doing more than just dying in bed.
Taking a lesson.
Yeah, we did the things that you're supposed to do when you got a fever. Like, we're trying to keep me cool. We had like damp cloths and stuff. I was using ibuprofen and Tylenol to control the fever, but still, it was pretty rough. That's pretty rough. Realistically, it could have been like something more serious, but it was just a viral fever, along with my cough from the whole time.
And then Holly decided to get it too, because why not?
Yep.
yeah.
And then so that second day
resistant
of
until
the second day of feeling like garbage,
I felt worse the second day. Like I was
Yeah.
starting to feel not so great, but I could still function. And then the second day I woke up and felt like death.
yeah, you're catching up to me. Anyway, and then that day was really our last day
was the
to
last
like
night,
hang out
so-
in Delhi. So we were doing some of our last minute shopping and whatnot, but we wanted to hit the spice market. It was supposed to be something to see. We made it there, ish.
Yeah, well,
And
we
then
made
as
it
soon
to
as we
the
got there-
Spice Market, and we wandered around for probably 10 minutes.
And it was not what we were expecting. It seemed to be, were we in the wrong spot? I mean, everything pointed to us being in the right place, but
Could have been.
it seemed pretty disappointing. But like at the same time, as soon as we got there, Holly's like, no.
No, I tried to stick it out for
Yeah.
a few minutes, and I had wanted to pick up some spices and like really investigate. The Spice Market was one of my like really exciting things, and we had moved it to the end of the trip so that we could bring some stuff back and really investigate. And probably 10-15 minutes, and then I was like, I need to find a bathroom. And I went to the bathroom, and this bathroom was
A hostel bathroom.
it was something else. Really something else.
Straight out of a horror movie?
The hostel rooms were something else. I don't even know what the bathroom would have been like because just the
it was-
rooms themselves were sketchy.
It was like the worst Cuba experience to the power of 10. Yeah. Yeah.
Failing
And
Cuba grade bathroom. That's
I-
pretty bad.
I wished that there was an Indian toilet in there so that I didn't have to touch anything on the
Oh,
Western
wow.
toilet. There was
Nice.
not. Anyways,
Got out of there and
I
headed
got
right
out of
back.
there and washed my hands because there was actually soap in there,
Hmm.
and was like, "I'm sorry, guys, I can't do this."
Which is fine because I still felt like death. And I was like, yeah, cool. Let's get out of here. Back to the hotel, I think.
Pam's like, "Great, thanks, guys."
I was fine. I wasn't buying
just chilling.
spices. I was sorry.
I don't remember what happened after that.
Yeah.
We might have died.
We actually.
I think Holly and I may have died
Well,
then.
the plan was we were like, okay, cool. Last night, so we switched hotels. We were in that one for 2 nights. Last night in Delhi, we decided we were gonna kind of spoil ourselves and do something really nice and
Got a hotel
get a
with a
hotel,
pool.
get like a proper hotel, really fancy, get like a really nice pool, which we did. All those things happened, except for it got like the last week got cold. We were in India, but it got cold. Like it dropped
Yes.
by 10 degrees, which is still warm.
And it was an outdoor pool and it was super smoky and the pool itself was freezing.
So that didn't work out.
No.
It was beautiful.
It was really pretty.
Beautiful. If it was heated, it would have been fantastic. But unfortunately, we didn't get to use our last night plan. Didn't really work out how we thought we would.
Yeah.
Lounge by the pool and
Yeah. And
Sunday-
then that was the night that we went
yes. So we
shopping.
did something
Did
else
some
instead,
last
which I
minute
had tons of fun doing.
shopping. We already talked about shopping, right? Yeah, we
But
did.
not that
A
shopping.
little bit, yeah.
Not my like fancy dancy shopping where I got all my party clothes.
Yeah, Pam's got a wedding to go to next year, and Indian weddings are these multi-event,
Week long.
ordeals, like it's party and family and
Ceremonies.
multiple outfits and
Yeah. So I got some beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff.
your linga
Yeah.
is
Oh,
amazing.
love that linga. Like the
Yeah.
perfect combination colors, blue
So
and pink.
pretty.
It seemed like we were never gonna leave there.
So as a
Even now,
as a
I'm
good
pained
job
by
of
it, just
waiting
hearing
for
the
me,
story.
I got him that outfit too, so just as a
That's
thing.
right. Yeah.
But we
He's got a really
um,
fancy kurta.
yeah.
But he hasn't. You haven't worn yet.
No.
No. So Holly and I both got like matching kind of saris.
Yeah.
Same fabric, different
Yeah.
print. And then I got another couple fancy things, but they were so quick with that custom made stuff too. They had it. My 2 items, the fancier like the linga and the sari, they had it back to me in 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. They had the blouses made and delivered to our hotel room by like 10 p.m. that night.
Yep, literally 2 hours later, and then our saris were done. Like we had by the next morning. We're leaving the next day. Well, I'm just gonna take the fabric home and I'll get it done. They're like, no, we got this, and they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were
They delivered it to our hotel.
That was it.
Yeah.
And then we left the next day.
And Raj and I, the hospitality in those dress shops is amazing. You know, they're bringing you tea and food, and they're telling
Soda.
Raj, don't drink Coke, drink some green tea.
Yeah, they're taking care of his
Yeah.
It's
cold.
supposed to be bad for your cough or
Well,
throat. or-
sugar.
Raj did get a
Whatever.
beautiful shawl.
Yeah, cashmere.
That was fun shopping. I enjoyed it. Though everybody they were dying, and I was very grateful. And then I kept them out for way too late, and I was like inside the hotel. I'm like, thank you guys, thank you, because this is really what I wanted to do by the end, and they stuck it through. They were troopers. I was very proud of them and very grateful. So
There's a
thanks,
picture
guys.
of us in the dress shop, and they stayed open for us. It was like
Yeah.
9 p.m.
Yeah, the
We're
Taylor stage.
sitting there just like bags under our eyes and
I'm
like
like-
fevers and chills.
Love you guys. Thanks.
Shop till we drop.
How's this
Pass.
outfit?
show up till after you dropped. And then there was all these delays as we were like leaving too. I'm like, oh my god, we're never gonna leave. Anyway, apparently we did.
We did.
We
Yeah.
might have died again there. I'm not sure.
But you got some really great stuff.
And that was it. We went, crashed. Next morning we were had some food and we were out of the, no, we didn't have food. We just kind of slept in and packed and was out of the hotel by 11 and off to work.
I think that's pretty much everything I want to share. Oh no, I've got one more story that I want to share. So just quickly, our trip back involved a flight to England where we stayed with some of Pam's family for the night. And then the next day it was another 9.5 hour flight to Vancouver. But Holly and I were in such rough shape that morning getting on the plane, the plane to Vancouver. Approaching the airport, I knew that our seats it was me and then a stranger Holly was on the window, then there was a stranger in the middle, and then it was me on the aisle. And I was like, man, I feel bad for whoever's sitting between us because we are disgusting. I was coughing like crazy. I think I'd already thrown my rib out at this point. Anyway, so it's this little Indian woman who's parked between us. And I was just hacking up along, and the poor woman was so disgusted.
She was practically on my lap. And I was like, oh, lady, you're going to regret this later. I'm not any better than he is.
And then she had this like hand towel.
Yeah, in her purse.
And she just like draped it over her face for most of the flight.
Just like
that was gonna
straight up
protect
over
her.
her face.
Like just absolutely the worst torture. 9.5 hours of like total torture for that poor woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I was wearing a face mask, so my coughs were
I
into
broke
the
mine.
face mask.
Anyway, that was our trip.
Yeah. We were so sick that we had a bit of a layover and we were going to go do some fun stuff in London. And Pam was ready to go, and Raj and I both were like, my ears were plugged. It felt like I was underwater. I had no voice. I couldn't hear anything. I couldn't say anything. I felt like I was underwater, and my throat was so dry and sore. I actually drank Neocitrin for the first time since being a child.
We left the next midday.
Yeah, we went for an English breakfast. Patisserie.
Mm-hmm.
And here we are in all of our glory. We managed to, that last day of travel, it was great to have the stopover in London, but it meant that we were up at midnight local time, and we didn't get home until midnight the next day. So 24 full hours we were up.
Mm-hmm.
It was a long travel day, 9.5 hour flight, and then a layover in Vancouver before we got home. And I think that next probably week, Raj and I just stayed in bed for the most part. I worked a bit, but he was dying.
No. I made it to the couch and watched it all on Netflix, and that's about it.
Yeah.
That's what that first 2 weeks, I think. Is. So we've been home for a month now. I was coughing for pretty much that full month. My rib was also out for that pretty much the whole month.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Still friends.
Just for the video. Now that it's done, I can peace out.
Get out of here.
Just joking. We're also doing Christmas together, so it continues on.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, since we've been home, there was a little bit of, like, it felt weird the first couple of days. I was like, where's Pam?
I literally was so out of sorts that first week. I was like, my apartment felt way too big. I felt way too alone. I was like, I do not like any of these feelings. Like, I miss my crew.
31 days in a hotel room together.
Yeah.
I was super thankful to have my own room to myself.